Today is the day 2 of our training. Thank you so far, and I'm happy to see you here again. I remain Coach Adam. So let's get into this lesson where we learn the first set of the letters in CorelDraw key combination from A to Z. But today we'll be taking from Ctrl A to Ctrl G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. The main 7 letters in short. So let's get started. I click on New Document, and then I set my page of topics day 2 of CorelDraw. Just a page. Today let's use RGB. So I set the width to 10, set my pencil width to 10, and the height to 7. And that's orientation is landscape, resolution 300 dpi. Then I click on OK. So we have our CorelDraw workspace now. Double click on this to have the first page and give it a background. I've not used yellow before, so I use yellow today. Alright, so I click on F4 to make it bigger. So even if you are reading on your phone, it's still very okay. Now Ctrl A is select all. Let's say we have different objects here. This is green. So we have another one that is circle. Okay. So let me do this red. I want to create objects that we are going to apply the function keys on as Ctrl B. Alright, so another rectangle shape pressing here. Okay. Let me say F10. Then should I give them a bit for edges, and then Ctrl Q. So I have one there, one here, and then this ones, and convert this line to straight. Yeah. So let me bring this down. So let's say I have these objects. Yeah, I have these objects, and I want to move it from here to here, from here to here, and this and that. It will not be good. So Ctrl A is select all, including this, except by the way, that's very good. Right click on the background image, background object, and click on lock objects. Okay, click on lock. So the background has been locked, and then it cannot be moved around. So every other action you perform or you select anything, it will only apply on the object, not on the background. So if you select all now, it's only the object including your background. That's very good. So you can now move them together. Okay, if there are more objects around, I told you about that one, you select from outside. Anyone you want to pick will only be inside those ones. Alright, so if you try to bring it to the center and it does not retain the shape, you now scatter everything like this. That means you will not Ctrl G, you will not group them as one of the before. This is another function. You want everything to come together to the center at a time, they will come. But you want them to retain their shape, group them as one object before you do this. So Ctrl G, then P to one way. So Ctrl Z. Now you've selected objects, so we'll move them together as Ctrl A. Ctrl B is brightness. Ctrl B to change the brightness of it. Now you want to increase the brightness. Let me take this down so you can see the difference. You want to increase the brightness, then you can see the contrast or the intensity. So where applicable, you're going to see the work of this anywhere applicable, especially if it is on photos or vector images. So you're going to see all that. That is Ctrl B. Now Ctrl ABCD. Now Ctrl D is to duplicate. So have them selected. Just Ctrl D. So have another one exactly like that. Bring this here. Then Ctrl D, and then you have another one. Then you retain the gap. If you do another one, it's going to retain the same gap and keep doing everything. So the more you Ctrl D, the more number of instances you're going to get. Alright. So that is Ctrl D. Now ABCD. Ctrl E is to export your design. Any kind of design that you've done, and then you want to export it out as an image or as a PDF, or any format you want to use, just Ctrl E. I'm using the CorelDraw software from the graphic side, which has not been purchased yet because the free trial has expired, so this function does not work on this. I'm not using cracked software, I'm using the official software. Until I subscribe again, then Ctrl E, you're going to see a pop-up that writes export, just like E bring out for imports. Just like you have this dialog box that show imports, you're going to have the one for exports. You click the location where you want to save your image to or PDF to, then you click on export. The next dialog box that will come out after that, or that will pop up after that, is the dialog box that will ask you about the size. You want to double the size, you want to double the resolution, you want to compress the image size and see within the size, you want to compress the image, see within the size. Any other function you want to apply, you need to do it there. That is Ctrl+E Export. That's how you have your image out of CorelDraw as an image format. Maybe JPG, maybe PNG. Let me tell you this. So if you want to export that, and they say you should send this icon or this object without the background, you should export as PNG. So click on that background, now unlock it and delete it. Delete it. After you delete it, you Ctrl+E, then you select PNG. That is the extension of any name you give to the file that you give it in the folder or on the desktop. Maybe so file .png. That is picture with no background. So you're not going to see background, you have a transparent background. But if you choose .jpg, it's going to give it this white background. Or the initial background that you have there is going to give it that yellow background. Now, if you don't want to have background and you have this color, this is part of this yellow is part of the objects that you design. Even if you choose PNG, it's still show. So you have to remove it or you transparent it. If you totally transparent it 100%, then you export as PNG. Well, I advise you remove the object and so you don't store it. So if you want it as PDF, choose the format and every other format that you can see there. That is Ctrl. Now Ctrl+F. Ctrl+F is to find. CorelDraw. So Ctrl+F is to find what's property, what's object. So you find and replace. Find object, which object it is. Just find an object. Then custom or name or style. Find object name. Select the match case. So I think I use square or rectangle here. As if you have much thing on your file and you can select, so it should be a match file. Then you find that name. So that is that. But to me, I don't used to use it, so I'll just click on the F4 to find everything. On this current page, not on that page, in case you have more pages, page 1, page 2, page 3, and then some design. So that is that. Then you find the objects. So it's going to find the file for you. Can replace it, it can overwrite it, and whatsoever. Okay. So that is Ctrl+F in CorelDraw. And then the last one is Ctrl+G, just like I applied before. You want more objects to move together. Okay, you select the objects and Ctrl+G to group them. Now they move together. Okay, if you ungroup and you are sitting like this, they are all still selected together. You have to click out first, then come back to click any one you want to choose before you move the objects. Alright, so that is Ctrl+G. You select all the objects like circle and you group them as one. Then you select another object again and Ctrl+G to move them as one. So that is Ctrl+G. Group. And after you group all this, you can still select all of them together and still group them again. Okay, you move them together. Even if you click out and come back, you can see pick them together. If you pick them at the same time, they're not going to scatter. So that is that. Thank you for watching to this extent, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.